Our story's hero was a young man named Alex. He wanted to be a writer. His mind was filled with imagination and overflowing with ideas. But there was one problem. He couldn't stick to anything. One day, he'd start writing a story, and the next day, he'd give up. A few days later, he'd decide to start a diary, only to abandon it within 2 days. Months passed like this. Alex's dreams remained locked inside his mind, never turning into reality. One evening, feeling deeply frustrated with himself, Alex went for a walk by the river. There, he saw an old man carving a huge rock with a small chisel. Alex was amazed. How could such a fragile tool shape such a hard stone? Curious, he asked, "Sir, how long have you been working on this rock?" The old man smiled and replied, "For the past 2 years, 1 hour every day." Alex was stunned. 2 years? With just a small chisel? Don't you ever get tired or lose hope? The old man looked at him calmly and said, "Listen, son, this chisel alone can never break the rock. But my consistency, my daily effort, that's what makes the impossible possible. The rock doesn't change with one strike, but every strike matters. It's not broken in a single blow. It's shaped through many repeated ones." Those words struck deep in Alex's heart. That night, he went home and decided to test the magic of consistency in his own life. He didn't promise himself that he'd write a great novel. Instead, he made a small promise to write just 1 page every day, no matter what. The first week was exciting. Alex's mind was full of fresh ideas, and his pen danced across the paper. But slowly, laziness and doubt started to creep in. Some nights he was too tired, some mornings he lacked inspiration. Still, Alex remembered the old man's words. Every strike matters. So even on his hardest days, he wrote at least a few lines. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The pages began to pile up. 100 pages, 200 pages, 300 pages. Until one day, a thick stack of paper sat on his desk. Alex had finished his first book, but the story doesn't end there. He sent his book to several publishers. At first, many rejected it. The old doubts whispered again, "Maybe you're not good enough." But by then, Alex had learned the power of consistency. He didn't give up. He kept writing. 1 more page, 1 more book, 1 more submission. After 2 years of relentless effort, one of his books was finally published. Soon, readers began to love his work. His words inspired thousands, and Alex became known as the young man who turned his dream into reality, 1 page at a time. So, my friends, remember this story. Success doesn't depend on what you do occasionally. It depends on what you do every single day. Just as water slowly carves its path through stone and a chisel shapes rock through repeated strikes, your small, consistent efforts will one day create something extraordinary.